Hi everyone, I'm Lydia, a Kenyan Luya girl who is now lives in London but is here back in her home country to do some important work. I'm live streaming today for International Day of the Girl with Happs News. Happs is all about bringing you up close and personal to the most fascinating and important events going on in the world. Let me tell you a little story. Perception about experience is dangerous. And I say that because before coming to Kibera, many people portray such negativity about Kibera and its people. But I have been here for 3 weeks now, and nothing is further from the truth. All I've experienced is a sense of community and inner strength from the people that live here, and a sense of perseverance. So it's a pleasure to now be reporting live from Kibera Girls Soccer Academy, being that I'm now a woman who also once played football. Today's International Day of the Girl, where we celebrate, engage, and appreciate what girls can do if given the support and resources. And that is exactly what Kibera Girls Soccer Academy is doing. Come with me and let's go and meet some of the amazing girls that we're going to be talking to. They're going to be telling you about their story. They're going to be telling you about their story, about what Kibera Girls Soccer Academy means to them, and what they've been doing here, and what Girls' Voices is all about. Hi guys.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. You remember me? You remember me, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I just want to start with Husna, maybe. If you come forward. I've heard that there's some poetry. A lot of young people here know a lot express themselves through poetry, and I know that you're one of the amazing poets. So would you like to maybe start us off with a poem that you may have?
Yeah. Okay, I'm Husna. In my poems talk about forced marriage. I decided to write a poem because in Kibera, you have forced marriage in everywhere. So you find a girl, not even 18 years and above, she's forced to marry someone else and she doesn't like, it's not her class. So that's why I sit down and decide to write that poem. I promise to serve you in honesty and dedication. When you promise to better my education, why this sudden change of hearts? Why do you want me to marry this old jalopy? Yes, it will happen, but over my dead body. Daddy, why have you suddenly changed from an angel to a demon? No, you will feel the flame of my vengeance. I lay blame on this perverted city life and our gentle culture that has no right. All will be over my dead body. Gosh, just because he has paid the price. He got in the bag of rice. You want me to sell my dignity with pride and lose my virginity. My body is suddenly not for sale and not for 30 pieces of silver, not even to the highest bidder. It will only be over my dead body. I will spit on your face, Daddy. Marriage is not by force. And if you want to know, blood will flow. Why do you allow this idiot rest to power three, complete his divine obligations over my dead body? And when the time comes, I will look for my number one. With future plans, this is not a plea, it's a demand under KGC policy. Any other thing over my dead body. See you, cheers. That's all I have for you.
Woo! How amazing was that, guys? I'm really inspired because I think child marriage is such an important subject. So for Husna here to have really poetically described her experience and what she wants as a girl is really, really important. We're reporting live, so feel free to get involved, ask any questions, and we're going to go over to Radia. And I'm just going to ask you a few questions about what does the Day of the Girl mean to you?
What it means to me, well, it's about a girl expressing herself to the world, feeling free to tell everyone what she thinks about herself and what she thinks about the other girls. That's what it means to me.
And Husna, what about you?
It's more or less the same, but like Rabia's, because even me, as a girl, you have to be proud like you are a girl, not someone else. Just be a girl, only you, but no one. That's all.
And you wanted to speak a little bit about what being a girl in Kibera means. Could you start maybe telling us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Being a girl in Kibera means I was born in Kibera. I was raised in Kibera, and now I'm schooling in Kibera. So it means I'm a Kibera, not someone else. And I love to be a Kibera girl because in Kibera there are many organizations that gives girl guides and counseling about their future plans and whatever they do. So in Kibera, you find that even they have spaces and like example like small facilities where girls can meet every Thursday or maybe weekdays, so that they go there, they nurture their talents. And even you have a good example, a girl called Mwen. She was raised without her parents and with her father's parents. So that girl, she was a good footballer. Then good passengers was passing by their house. So that man told that girl that I have someone else to nurture your talents. So the guy take that Mweni to Queen Elizabeth, and that she's now our coach. She's coaching this Kibera school. So me like we cannot lose our talent because we are in Kibera. Don't say I'm a Kibera, I cannot do anything. Be perfect, nurture your talents to future so that you can teach even other people outside. Yeah.
And just to remind you, girls, today's International Day of the Girl. Woo! And we're here with the Girls Voices Project, and we're speaking to some of the girls that have been taking part in the project to celebrate and engage young girls who wouldn't have otherwise had an opportunity to tell their story. So we're going to go to Zara now, who's going to tell us a little bit about what education is, what education means to her, and why it's so important in Kibera.
Hi, I'm Zahra Omar, a student in Kibera Girls Soccer. Education is very important to me and all the girls in Kibera because, as you say, that education is the weapon that can conquer the world with it. So that's how much education is good in Kibera. As in, like the girls now, the girl child in Kibera, the education as it helps her in morals and even economic in some instances. Like we have the organizations like YHPs, we have the CFK that is for Kibera. Such organizations, they come to the schools, they nurture the students mentally, spiritually, that even when or even verbally, when you go outside, get abusive somehow, somebody who is arrogant or anything that's going to ruin you, she can be able to defend herself from it through that education.
I fully agree. I feel like education is the key, and just to kind of continue on that education aspect, we want to hear from Radia. Maureen. Maureen, could you tell us a little bit more about education and why it's important for you, and especially in Kibera?
Yeah, I'm on Wayne. Education means to me that without education in this life, you're not someone, and you cannot be successful in the world without the education. When you're educated, it enables you to change the status of your family members, the community, and even to be called someone and to be respected in the community. As in Kibra, when we are educated, we are respected by all people, and you have been given the respect that you deserve, and even people respect you of that, and you can help other girls and other people outside there.
Thank you. And we're going to go back to Radia, who's going to talk a little bit more as well about being a girl in Kibera and give us some insight in terms of the filmmaking process and what's been happening.
Okay. Well, first off, to start about being the girl in Kibra, this is you can adapt to all the challenges that comes with it. Doesn't matter what anyone tells you. You yourself follow whatever you want. That's being a girl in Kibra. That's being a Kibra girl. That's what I say. And about the filmmaking, we've been doing some projects here and there, making films, telling each other stories, and also editing. We have the groups. We have the camera ladies. We have the videographers. We also have the editors. Yes, I'm one of them. Yes. So to tell you more, we can go upstairs and talk about it later.
Okay, cool. And just to remind everyone, we're here at Kibera Girls Soccer Academy, celebrating International Day of the Girls with these amazing young women who are part of Girls Voices. And Zara is going to lead us up to where they've been doing the project, where we're going to get to speak to more of the girls about the filmmaking process and why it's important to for girls to be able to have a platform to tell their stories. So Zara's going to lead the way. Zara. celebrate and engage and appreciate you girls and what you've been doing as part of Girls' Voices. So we want to hear from Irene, who is going to talk a little bit about education, what it means to her, and introduce the project, what you've been doing, and yeah, talk a little bit about why storytelling is important.
I am Irene from Kibera Academy. I believe in education because in our society, most people believe that education is mainly just for boys. And what they don't know is that what a man can do, a woman can do better. And if men can be learned, why can't you be learned? That's what I believe in education. And what we've been doing, like we've been doing the girls' voices, and most of the videos that we took were took by us with the help of the camera that deals with, like, it brings out best quality videos, the GoPro, and it has really helped us a lot in like doing our videos.
So do you, does anyone want to start and introduce the video? Amila, you want to come and introduce your video and what you've been doing?
Yes. My name is Amina Hassan. I'm assistant videographer, and I like to show you what we've been doing. And like I didn't say that we do girls' voices, and these are some of the videos. You can see.
My name is Radia Hamid. I'm 18 years old. I study at the Academy, and this is my story. My typical day is short. I spend most of my time in school and at the library if I can. I live in Kibera, born and raised. The most important thing in my life is my family, my God, and my God. I want the world to know about my community, that they are self-reliant and they're the most reliable people I've ever known. And I also want the world to know about me, that I'm here. I'm here to speak for those who can't and those who are willing to, but they find that they can't at the end. My family is the most important gift God gave me. I am proud to call them my family. They're loving, self-fulfilling, and they're also caring. The most challenging thing we went through as a family was when we lost the light of our eye, my grandmother. I'm now in 11th grade, striving hard to get good grades so I can get into university and study my passion, which is medicine. I want to become a pediatrician, helping children all over the world. I want to advise my fellow youth. Education, that's the only key that can get you what you want in this life. The most challenging thing about my life, and as I've seen the other youth in this community, is advising them to take education seriously. Please follow on that. I live in a culture active community. The practices that was practiced by our forefathers are still being practiced today, like the polygamy. Yes, they are cultures, but they bring us together, forming unity between the communities. The one thing that's good about communities is that yes, they're ancient, yes, they're loud, but they're reliant. They're respectful to everyone who comes around them. I want to finish high school, go to university, and get my diploma. I really have a passion for kids. I want to help them, no matter where they are, no matter where they come from. After I finish university, with the help of my God and my determination and also my family, I will join the World Health Organization, traveling all over the world, helping the needy and also the children. That is my goal. What about you?
Radia, that was amazing. I hear that you talked about you wanted to become a doctor and to work for the World Health Organization.
Exactly.
And you've been part of this community, although it has its challenges and its struggles in terms of FGM and child marriages. There's still a sense of community here, and there's something about Kibera that you really, really enjoy being part of. What inspired you? Why is it that you want to go into medicine? What inspired that, and why do you think that storytelling is an important part of you realizing some of your dreams?
Okay. Well, first, what really inspired me to do medicine is the fact that the children are a future of our society, right? We see so when many of the things right now, they're really complicated. You know, some people joining drugs and all that. If I can change the minds of the child and keep them healthy till the next generation, then I can really build the next best society. Anyway, storytelling is really important because some people don't really want to tell what's in their heart. They don't want to join other people in trying to save the world. As in, yes, the world, yes, it cannot be saved if you're really alone. You need other people to come together, to come with you together, so that you can change the next generation. So if by telling your stories, it makes someone at home think, if the story of Radia is, if the story of Radia is like, it's not really that what can you say, interesting, but can still change someone's mind. Why can't I just go and start helping? If you help one person, he or she will help the other, and then she'll continue like that, being a better society. That's what I think about the story we tell, and all that.
And I think you said something really important about having a sense of community in order for us to achieve more. And before I came to Kibera, which is one of Africa's largest slums, but for me, I felt like a big sense of community. So can you talk to me a little bit about Kibera? Where are we now? What is Kibera? Can you tell us a little bit more?
As you know, most of you know, Kibera is the largest slum in Kibera. Yes, it's a slum. I've already said it's loud, yes, obnoxious and all that. But it has something, the sense of unity. We are a community. We knock heads once at a time, but at the end of the day, we still come together. We are innovative and all that. We care about each other in our own sense of way. We know what you are doing. You know, being a community, it means like you have everything, all the sadness, all the joys, you share together. That's what the best thing about Kibera. No matter what happens, at the end of the day, you come together and do what is supposed to be done. That's what I.
Great. And actually, me being a Kenyan, this is my first time being in Kibera as a Kenyan girl. So Kibera is a slum in Kenya, just on the outskirts of Nairobi. And I've met so many amazing young people here. There's such a big youth population that have so much talent. And I think that Girls' Voices program is really helping, or is really a good platform that's helping those voices to be heard. So can we go back to Lydia, who's my namesake? Lydia, where's Lydia? Or Husna? Husna? Can you tell us what is so important? Why is it so important for girls' voices to be heard? And what was your role, if you was part of the filmmaking process? What was your role, and what did you learn?
Okay, I'm Husna Musa in grade 12. I was part of story making. Then I was making story. I was telling a story about who I am, who I want to be in future, and what I'm doing to make sure that I reach that part where I want. Then I also believe that when I'm making a story, that's part of me. Then if I have something inside me that is hindering me from doing something, it can come out easily. Then I make it more easier in a simpler way. Then in making my story, I also mentioned about several things that a girl is supposed to be. You need to know who you are, who you want to be, and what you are really going to do to be who you are. Because you don't know who I am. Rather than okay, it's like this. Even me, I don't know who I am, but I am who you think I am. I am. That's it.
So we've got a video here of your story. Can we just take a little?
I come from a humble family made up of 5 kids, and I'm the firstborn. I was raised by my grandmother, who has been my guardian since I was young. I was separated from my family since I was born, all because of poverty. But that does not mean I'm going to stay in that situation permanently, since situations.
So, who's that? So could you tell us how did you make this video? And why is it important for girls of Kibera to tell stories about Kibera? You talk to us a little bit about the making of this filmmaking, what your role was, what you learned, and why is it important for girls to be.
Okay. I decided to make this story so that other people who are outside to see that Kibera, yes, it's a community. It's made up of people, but those people have those people have priorities. They know what they are doing. They've set their priorities right. Then to make sure that they're doing something to make sure that they achieve their goals. Like here in school, we are students. We are really striving hard. We are doing out to our utmost best to make sure that we really persevere in life.
Hi girls, we're back. We're back here at Kibera Girls Soccer Academy, where we're celebrating International Day of the Girl, and we're here for learning about Girls' Voices program and what the girls have done as part of the program and what they've learned. So we're going to go to Amina. Could you tell us a little bit about how has this program helped you, and how has being part of this filmmaking helped you to understand what you want to do?
Okay, since I joined this school, I didn't know what to do. But the moment we had a journalist club in school, I decided to join it because I was inspired by watching news and wanting to be people like in news. So I said that I'll have to join it so that I can be one of them in future. The videos have helped me to know how to edit, how to take both photos and videos. Since I cannot go to university and learn about it, why can I just learn when I'm of this age? Yeah.
So, Usna, can you tell us a little bit more about the types of equipment that you use? And for me, I think having resources and the support is so important in order for everyone to achieve. So can you talk about how the Girls' Voices equipment or support in regard to the resources has helped you guys be able to make the film?
To me, how Girl Voices has able to, let me say, let's say me, I'm Husna, someone, yes, other people knows that I'm Husna, but they doesn't know what it is inside my heart. So I had to express it through my storytelling so that they can know who I am and who I want to become in future. Yeah.
So we're gonna go to Alina Zara, who's going to tell us a little bit more about the school, maybe its values, and talk a little bit more about the process of filming the film.
Okay. The school is small, but it has a lot of big opportunities inside it. And among the opportunities in journalism club, where the students are taught about filming, to making photography, editing, and all those. Like in this now, these stories here, they are made by the journalism club, and the storytellers who volunteer to tell their stories. The filming teaches the students. Now they have the skills in photography, videography, editing. Now even if they go outside there without jobs, I'm not saying they don't have jobs, but if they go outside there, at least they have the skills. They can open their own workshops about filming. And this is all the school have given us: the cameras we use, the GoPros. We have the screens, the projectors.
So you talked about videography, you talked about editing. So can I have some of the people, so for example, who was a camera operator, if you can stand forward, a few of the editors, so we can kind of start talking to you a little bit more about the process and how having access to these resources has helped your journey. So maybe editors and camera operators, two of each, come forward. Irene. Don't be shy, girls. Today is International Day of the Girl, where we're celebrating you guys. And it's important to step forward as girls, especially as girls. We have to step forward.
I was one of the camera women. Like what we used to do is we had the cameras and what we were just guided like on the tips to follow, and the ladies were really able to help us in their stories. And I was also one of the storytellers. I told my story, though I did shoot, but the rest I was able to shoot by the different cameras that we have.
Thank you. So, next, what's your name?
I'm Rukia Rashid. I was one of the camera lady. We took the films with the help of the girls who told their stories. We really thanked the girls, and of their courage. I have to congratulate them, of which I want to tell them to keep it up. They really helped us in filming. Through also we had the equipments, the GoPro, and with the help of other camera ladies. For me, I was also a camera lady. I was operating camera 2, and that was taking half of the of the people who are telling their stories. What I can say about the girls who are telling their story is that they were courageous and they were proud, because if it could not for their help, we could not put all this into place.
Can you just talk a little bit about, because I know for me, I was born in a village and I had access to nothing. And obviously going to London has helped me to grow, because I've had so many resources at my fingertips. So I can't imagine some of the struggles that you guys go through. So could you tell us a little bit more about your personal struggle as a young girl growing up in Kibera, and how being part of this process has helped you to maybe develop, and how that can help you in the future?
Okay, being a Kibera hasn't really been that smooth sailing here. You know, some of the challenges I face from day to day activity is security first. You know, if you see outside, Kibera is not really that secure. Everywhere you go, either home or even the streets, the security is really low. You know, even a guy or even just a vagabond can come up to you and say, "Hey, girl, let's go and do whatever you know." You can't really, you can't protect yourself. You can't really express yourself and all that. Another thing is a bad group and all that, leading to peer pressure and all that. I've been really trying to stay away of the bad groups and all that. What all this has really helped me is expressing myself. I can actually tell you no without having to hesitate. It has really helped me. And all the girls here, they helped me too. Some of them are even like me. I help them and then they help me. You help each other. That's the way it always is.
So I'm hearing that it's giving you confidence, and I think confidence is the most important thing. Without confidence, you can't do anything, and I think filmmaking is a really important part of gaining that confidence. You can say who else. Who else? Does anybody want to talk about what they learn, their struggle, and why filmmaking is so important to building your character? Anybody? Girls' voices, Ari?
Oh, like at least now I can be able to take good photos. Like, why is it that it's always men who are always there to take photos of us? Why can't we just stand up for ourselves and say that if they can do it, we also can do it? Now, and nowadays I know that I can take a photo of maybe someone like my mom, because they are the best in me. And at least it has really helped us a lot, because we've learned a lot of skills and knowledge in how to deal with the equipment.
Yes. So do you? So I think do you want to talk a little bit about some of your struggles and why you're so passionate about girls having the opportunity to be the photographer, not the person that's being photographed? Could you tell us a little bit more about your struggle and why you're so passionate about girls having the opportunity to be a photographer?
Yes, because it's like whenever you go there to be taking a photo, it's like you're just taking a photo by men. You can't just see like a woman like being taking your photo. And me for now, I can take someone a photograph like I can be proud of myself that I'm taking a photograph, and I also have passion of taking photos. It's like a good one for me.
So, from what you said, I think that you're saying that it's important for girls being involved in how their image is portrayed, rather than it only coming from a man. And your passion is photography. So this has been a process which has helped you to fulfill that passion. Am I right?
Yeah.
Great. So we're going to talk because Husna here, gave us a powerful poem about child marriage.
Yeah.
So we just want to ask you a little bit, if you're comfortable enough, to talk about. Do you know? Give our viewers a bit more information about how commonplace child marriages or forced marriages. Could you give us a little bit of information about that?
Yeah. See, nowadays, Kenya is in a bad position. You can find a girl, not even an 18 years old, she's forced to marry someone else because the community is poor, or they want someone to raise up their standard of living. So what the community should do is that they just force that girl to get married to someone else who she doesn't like, or she's not even the class of that girl. So that's why I decided to sit down, take my pen and my paper, write a poem so that I can pass message free to young youths like me and get more educated about the poem. Yeah.
So, and I think that's very, very powerful. Husna had just really explained that this is a commonplace thing, and it's just one of those things that's ingrained in our society. And she uses her ability to express herself through poetry to get that message across and educate people. And I think that that's also what filmmaking is about. So, does anybody else want to talk about filmmaking and education and how those two things come together? And how filmmaking can be part of changing perspective and how people think. Does anybody want to talk a little bit more about that? Remember, girls, it's girls' voices, so be courageous and yeah.
Filmmaking is something really good. Like Hasna said, she's talking about a poem, Early Marriages. We don't know where we will take the films and where the films will land. Maybe someone somewhere is planning to get her child married, but by listening to Hasna's poem, he or she may change her mind. That is how film making is important to me.
And can you just remind us of your name? Lovely. That was really well said.
Rukia Rashid.
Rukia. So just to remind you guys, in case you just joined us, we are here at Kibera Girls Soccer Academy, where we are following Girls Voices program. And these amazing and inspiring girls are talking about their journey as filmmakers, editors, videographers, and what they've learned from it and how that has helped them to be able to express themselves. We're going to go to... and who's going to talk to us a little bit more about what community means to you, and how filmmaking can help to bring communities together, maybe.
Community. Community means a lot to me. As in, it's where I'm raised, my background. That's my community. If they come together, they're raising me and my fellow youth who are just as young as me. In filmmaking, it helps an important role in the society. Like you can use film in any language somebody can understand. Just he or she can come up to do something that is good, and if there is anything bad, to do away with it.
And I think that's really amazing, and I really, really, truly believe that, because I'm all about connecting and collaborating, and that's what community is about. Understanding what's out there, who can do it, and how we can pull together to make something bigger and better than ourselves. I think for me, growing up in Kenya, I left here when I was 10 years old. I was born in a place called Busia, in a small town called Bunyala. I went to Rambua Primary School. So it's been an amazing opportunity to come back here to talk to young girls who I was just like about filmmaking and how that has helped them. So we want to talk to you a little bit more about the equipment. How did do you know how the funding, how you got the funding, and how you was able to make this film? How did you get the funding? Do you know a little bit about that?
Equipments I know, fans I don't know.
Okay, cool.
The equipments you get from there are people who as in give back to the society. So they come to school, small areas like this one. Our skill the good example, and they see what you can do. As in how the teacher is the first one to help us with the cameras. So when the other organizations come, they also facilitate. We can also help these kids in some way or the other. So they prefer us the GoPro, just some sponsors, and also these other cameras.
Thank you. Coming from a country that's a first world country, London, England, I know that there's a lot of aid where people want to give money, and sometimes that could be complicated. But I truly believe sometimes it's about the resources that you're able to provide that will then allow people to empower themselves and then become more economically developed. So do you think that resources are important, or money, or what is important to you in terms of support?
To me, and I guess all the other here, what's important is the equipment and not the money. Like in the equipment, there's somebody I want to gratitude to. That's Avery. He's one of the people in the USA who was able to come to our school, teach the journalism club about photography, give us some more skill, and also bought for us the GoPro camera. Really want to thank him if he's listening.
And the other day, there's a lot of computers here, and I know having resources such as computers can really help with education. Can one of you lot talk about why or how having these computers have helped you and what it has enabled you to do?
Oh, computers.
Yeah.
Well, it has helped a lot. You know how guys like everything. You know how guys like talking about it, the boys and the girls. They like everything that has to do with computers. If you're given a computer, you'll be able to learn everything because it's interesting. Who doesn't like electronics? It has really helped a lot in the time studying. You know, all the class, okay, all everything to do about the class studies. Even the editing, no one knew about editing. We had to know about the basics of computer first. That really helped a lot. And also, it's really, when you see someone as in doing anything about computer, you're afraid to approach them because you don't know anything that has to do with the computer. If you really know about the basics, then you can able to express yourself with them. If you know one or two things about them, and another guy knows one or two things about them, getting together helps you communicate easily.
And what can anyone does anyone want to come forward and tell me what you guys have learned being part of the program, and what message you want the world to know about girls' voices, your voices, and just girls in general in Kibera? Maybe two?
Girls' voices have really helped us a lot because me for now I have courage like what I've experienced from the other guys. Now I can be able to share it with others. And another thing is that I've learned that every girl has her own story. And what we have to do is to be ready to listen to it. And if it's about helping them, we should be able to help them. And if it's something like that you can't handle, if there is anything that you can do, maybe to help the person, you can help the person.
Hi guys, just to remind you one more time, we are here at Kibera Soccer Girls Academy, where we are with the Girls Voices program, and we are talking to these amazing, inspiring girls about their journey in filmmaking and how Girls Voices program has enabled them through providing equipment and resources to tell their story. So we just want to hear from somebody else about what message do you want everyone to know, since it's International Day of the Girl. What message do you want everyone to know about girls' voices, your voice, and being a girl in Kibera? Anybody?
Okay, the message you can send out is that for the girls who are listening now, no matter how you are or where you are stronger. So never give up. Always be strong and do what you want to do. As long as you can be able to get it. Even if you have to look, I don't know, anywhere, just look for it for you to be who you want to be. Don't give up. You're very strong.
And where can we get your amazing films from? Where can we find it? Where do you know where it's going to be on?
Yeah, we have the Facebook account and the YouTube. Letitia has it.
Could you talk loudly and let everyone know so they can hear your voice?
We have the Facebook and Instagram. So Letitia has them. Maybe you can just get it from him.
Okay. Can we go downstairs, girls, where we're gonna
So thank you. So we're gonna go downstairs now. Say goodbye.
Bye bye. We're going downstairs.
So just be like, thank you everyone for watching. It's been amazing. Just talk about the summary of what we learnt from the girls, summarize, and then be like, we're just gonna hear the amazing poem from Husna, and then after be like, thanks so much. This is us. Like goodbye, happy International Day of the Girls. So you can stand in front.
Sarah has finally got the details for where you can go and find the films. Do you want to?
Films can be gotten from the Kibera Shaders in Facebook. Kibera Share.
Kibera Share. So how do you spell
Facebook
that?
account.
So
Kibera.
SHEE.
Yes.
Kibera Share. Can you say it one more time clearly?
KIREBASHE. Kibera Share.
Yeah. So
thank you so much.
Thanks you guys for joining us for this inspirational day, especially for me because I'm from Kenya. We've learned so much. I've learned that when you give a girl a platform, she can gain confidence, she can tell her story, and she can be even more courageous because they say, the old saying is, if you teach a girl, you teach the whole world. And that is what Girls' Voices has done. So we're going to leave you with the amazing Husna, who's going to tell us, who's going to give us another rendition of her amazing poem about child marriage. Bye.
Okay, guys, welcome back. I'm here to present for you a poem about forced marriage. So you as a girl, never allow someone to force you to get married someone else who you doesn't like the person, okay? Get ready now. Me, the new sheriff in town, present disgrace beyond redemption. Be my guest and travel with me. I promise to serve you in honesty and dedication. When you promise to better my education, why the sudden change of hearts? Why do you want me to marry these old jalopy? Yes, it will happen, but over my dead body. Daddy, why have you suddenly changed from an angel to a demon? No, you will feel the flame of my vengeance. I lay blame on this poverty-stricken life in outdated culture that has no rights. All will be over my dead body. Gosh, just because he has paid the price. He got in the bag of rice. You want me to sell my dignity with pride and lose my virginity. My body is suddenly not for sale and not for 30 pieces of my dead body. I will spit on your face, Daddy. Marriage is not by force. And if you want to know, blood will flow. Why do you allow this idiot rest to power 3 complete his divine obligations over my dead body? And when the time comes, I will look for my number 1. With future plans, this is not a plea. It's a demand under KGC policy. Any other thing over my dead body. See you. Cheers.
Woo! We've been streaming live at Happs News, where it's all about bringing you up close and personal to the most fascinating and important events going on in the world. Check out girlsvoices.org because it's because of them why all of these amazing young girls are here and we are thriving. And we're not just survivors, right? We are thrivers. Everyone say we're